Oh, I think yeah, yeah. I think I'm on mute, but I'm not sure. I, I, I think I've got it now set up that I can hear, but
If they started,
not yet. No.
it's still setting up one.
Yeah.
Oh, she said, I've got cranky bum. I tell you what, I was thinking last night,
Something like that. Okay, beautiful. Wow. So the ropes are brought from Bodh Gaya, which were by the historical Buddha statue. It understood that that statue was built when Buddha was alive, and Buddha himself consecrated the statue. So during Buddha's time, having his replica is very rare. So there's one artist, it says actually built 3 statues. One is when he was prince before he became monk. And that appearance of statues in Lhasa now, in Tibet, in the Lhasa Chogang. So that's why that Shakyamuni Buddha statue was adorned with the crown. It's like a prince from the crown. Then the statue that in Bodh Gaya in central India, where Buddha attained enlightenment, is very much right after he renounced the kingdom, he renounced the lay life, after he became monk. And the height, the look says that it's exactly like how Buddha looked himself. And also the height of the statue is that height that he used to have. So maybe something like 7 foot, maybe 6 foot something. And Buddha even says, "Oh, this look like me, really look like me, like that, you know." The third statue, which nobody managed to allocate, or I would say, locate. People don't know where it is. So there's there's a practice of people making offerings of rope. You sponsor the ropes and offer to the Buddha's statue, and after some time, these old ropes were kept and presented to the devotees when you read requests or replace the ropes. So I think you must have obtained this like that, isn't it? Yeah. So it's even though it's covering all the carvings of the statue, but I think it's still very auspicious, and it looks very amazing, right? Yeah. It looks wonderful. It's a different kind of energy. I think surely there's a blessings. So there's a rope offering ceremony. Usually it's quite a big ceremony, and it conducted with the bed offering practice. So you can please have a seat, because it will take a little bit of time. So you can please. So I will do the short ceremony, the bed offering ceremony. Then after that, offering the rope, then offering the garment. I would say the ornaments, and in the ritual prayers, it emphasizes offering ablution or the bed offering to the Buddha's holy body, speech, and mind. Even though the holy body, speech, and mind of the Buddha have no stain and nothing needed to be purified, but for the purpose of us that need to purify our body, speech, and mind, for that purpose, we offer the ablution. And also offering the robes is also for us to accumulate merit. Offering the garments also, like ornaments also, to accumulate merits. So today, I think all of us can participate. Even though the PHU, they organize, actualizing these robes, but we can come together, and individually we can also be part of making these offerings so that everybody equally accumulate the merit. And one of the benefit of such merit is eventually for us to achieve Buddha's holy body, speech, and mind. Eventually for us to become Buddha and adorn with the enlightened body, speech, and mind. So these are the meritorious causes that we accumulate through this kind of practices. It is also part of the seven limb kind of practice, seven limbs of practice that which Shakyamuni Buddha emphasized within the Samantabhadara's aspiration of prayer, which we call the kings of prayer. Even though it's such a short text, short composition, but it served as a root text for many other practices like pujas, purification practices, accumulations of merit practices, and one of the key practices always called as the seven limbs of practice. So the here when we do this ritual, also like we can make light offerings, flower offerings, water offerings, and also we start with like prostrations. So like that. So I will start with prostration, and if you like to join, you can do the prostration. Otherwise, you can just sit there and you just rejoice in your heart, or you can even do the mudra of prostration. So what you do is you put your palm together like this, and the two thumbs should be put inside. So this has many different reasons. It's also symbolize differences between the earlier traditions of Hindu tradition. So Hindu tradition, they do prostrations, but they put their hand gesture like this, the thumbs are out. So as a Buddhist practitioner, then you put this in. So from even the mudra, people will know, you follow Buddha or not. The another symbolism is whenever we do like this, we are making veneration to the object of veneration, so like holy objects or holy beings like Buddhas. Then we don't go with the empty hand, And so we go with the offerings, and this putting inside symbolize abundance of offerings, and all together putting together is also symbolize wish fulfilling jewel. So you're making offerings of wish fulfilling jewel. From the many different meditational deities like Chenrezig, which is out there in the central, between Medicine Buddha and Tara. The central one is called Thousand of Chenrezig. So the central, his two hand, is in this mudra, and there you will see he's holding a jewel in the middle. So these two thumbs symbolize that. So when we do this practice, we can just have idea that I'm making an offering when I pay respect to the triple gem. Then this the right hand and the left hand coming together, it is also symbolize the union of wisdom and method. So the left hand symbolize the energy of mother, energy of wisdom. Right hand symbolize right hand symbolize the method, the energy of father, and the the method aspect of the practice. So in other words, right hand symbolize bodhicitta, left hand symbolize wisdom of emptiness. And anything we do, we need wisdom and method together to accomplish any task, especially spiritual tasks, achieving liberation, enlightenment. You need the union, you need the combined tools of wisdom and method. Then that way, you can able to cross over the oceans of samsaric suffering and able to achieve liberation and enlightenment. So it's also regarded like a two-wing of wisdom and method. So just doing that alone, there's a great meditation that you can do. So then placing on the ground, it create the meritorious causes to achieve Buddha's Ushinisha. So Buddha has one. It's kind of like a lump on the crown. So this is not like a normal lump that's taken away. It's a very good lump. So this is one of the major and minor marks of the enlightened qualities. So in other words, it's like once you accomplish purifications, all the limitations, accumulations, all the merit of wisdom, and when all the knowledge is complete and you are crowned by this crown of the what Buddha carries, even medicine Buddha here, you see the top part from here to here. Is the it's not just a hair knot. Some of the yogics, to create causes to achieve that, they tie the head knot. Some of the Himalayan yogics you may see. Maybe here also you can do it. maybe new fashion. Yeah. You tie here, I tie here. Why not? He's on the Dalai Lama. Whenever he sees people with long beard, he's very happy, and he always like to play with it. So I think if you go and see his unless, I think your beard not going to stay alone. It's gonna be a chippy. Oh, okay. So like that. So then placing at the forehead. The teaching emphasized that it purify any limitations that accumulated through our physical body and accumulate the meritorious causes to achieve Buddha's holy body. Then, when we place at the throat, then purify any limitation accumulated throughout speech and actualize all the meritorious causes to achieve Buddha's meritorious sound. And placing at the heart, purify any limitations accumulated through our intention, our thoughts. Then accumulate meritorious causes to achieve Buddha's enlightened, omniscient mind. So we place in the 4 areas. So just sitting and doing like this also is sufficient of doing prostration. Or even just simply doing like this also doing prostration. So usually one of the Buddhist practices, like as I mentioned briefly yesterday, all these holy objects, illustrations of the Dharmakaya, expressions of the Dharmakaya bodies of the Buddha. It appears that way for we sentient beings to make connection with the Buddha, to purify ourselves, to accumulate merit. And there are many effective ways to even actualize those benefits, like including paying homage and paying respect. And one of the ways, like always, like whenever we see holy objects, we can do like this. And just that means you actually did prostration. And sometimes even you can do like this also, just half hand like that. Or you can do like this, So then there's a shorter prostration, which is called the prostrations of 5 limbs. So you have to touch your forehead, 2 palm, and the 2 knee on the ground. So that's the short prostration. Then another one is called the full length prostration, long prostration. So there you touch entire your body on the ground. And the more the area that you cover, whatever number of atoms that beneath in the ground, that much number of meritorious karmic causes that you will accumulate to minimum to achieve will turning Dharma kings in the God realms, in the human realm, that who, like Dalai Lama, we regard as a will turning Dharma king. So he is honored like a king, but his value is Dharma, and so he brings great influence to the world. I think that we all know how much influence the Dalai Lama bring about Buddhism into the world, So when we do prostration, one atom that we cover create that kind of meritorious benefit. So there are 10 over different kind of benefits. It is also act as a direct antidote to ego. Excuse me. Sorry. So this is my obstacle. Usually don't have. So whenever I start to talk Dharma, then it happens. I need more purification.
Water?
Not a problem with water.
Want some water?
No, it's just samsara.
Okay. What about tea or coffee? Coffee or tea help?
No, it's okay, thank you. So I think tea and coffee won't able to clear my samsara.
Okay. Maybe lemonade.
Maybe lemonade also. I need a very strong lemonade. So it says, one of the benefit is to directly antidote to ego pride. So ego pride, of course, we know that one of major delusion that which lead to a lot of suffering, a lot of problems, a lot of harmful doings. So so there are many benefits. Yeah, so like that. Okay. Thank you. Om Namo Yeah, Sanje Chedon Jinala, Janjubado Danajan, Dagishan, Nambi, Dola Sanjay Droba, Sanje Chedon Sunala, Janjubado Danajan. Dagajin Gibes on Namji, Dola Sanjay Droba, Sanjay Chedon Sunala, Janjubado Danajan, Dagajin Gibes. Dola Benje Sanjay Droba, Tamje Dune, Sashita, Samala Songaba. La te tanya bendo ye ran xe jambo ne gyo lo e che ma lu sim je kun je do de bon je me se chu ona ma lu yang da che de be chum de yang ko je ne ne je zo la da mi che be je mo zo ja da ye che do ku zang che de na nam ge gang gui jab ju ji mo na mo ba ga wa de da sa la pa ma de da da ya ha ra ha de sa la sa mo de da me je be ma de ma be Mahabodhi Zabeza Mahabodhi Melobaza Damana Beza Sawaka Maharana Bishudana Benza Yeso Kuenjo Sumje Mata Sanje da Chiyo Sama Tamje Jinja Sonye Zozo Bema Chimba Zoje Namba Daja Sanje Media Toji Tede Jinye Dodo Para Yoro Candela Jogunye to Canela Gajuza Beleji Chile de Okanjolo Sama Sada Japan Station Namas Zola Magi Songa Chitalo de Besona Shinju Tebadi Kaya Shinju Shi Jingo to Kezana with Delicious. Ape jala meze me kodo da de ben de la cha da yo je na zo me da de xin de ben da za de so mo ja de chue de gen zo de so na shi je de la chu ba ko ka che de me de so ba yi lu gan ji me ji de ke ba de bo su ye me de ji ni ne je ba da ba so so ni me de ma zo la zo che je bo me da de ye je ko bo je la je ze ba la da cha sa ba da bi ye la ko chu la ma da ba ke na ni chu ko la ti je che de ji da sa be de je ze ma Sab je je ja wa do so da ge ji ne sa be je wa de na lo wa ko la ka me de che ba je zo lo sa da ba de be ning bo re do 사시 요 사시 배제 조년은 더 말을 하블레시 니데 봐 三界行多没得不话也，如果南大行了，去马来说也大蒙古路了，那没得了，今年呀大呀你。我这些刚把钱都挣钱吧，现在往的的钱把别搞完用，没得我家拿的钱包了，到了这头他妈咱们今年，他们今年都说他也去年的嘛，这现在就或者说我们上瓦的那个的，而且这个的上马也是的呀，我这边各种多了，你莫名啊呀，是不是另外就对吧？出来，这边各种多了，之前的说明是不是另外就对吧？但就我们上瓦的那个的，而且这个的上马也是的呀。도시 골라니 배준된데 생산도 배내로 동에서 대선에서 상계 면제가 배도 예이고로 그래서 엄사와다다가 아베제가 사마야 지리야 자동 걸어지 배죠 그렇지 넘어가서 가나가도 되는데 좀 바제레스나 그래서 엄사와다다가 아베제가 사마야 지리야 코알레로 따레마 두다레 지게로 두레나와 넘레로 조마유라 그래서 엄사와다다가 아베제가 사마야 지리야 간제신의 순위 종합 온도를 배워줘 되는 동안 대비 가보게 자와 연세소나 구두소 오마 사와다다가다 아비케가 데 사마야 시리에 사와데 바데지 에로가 파제도 제지처럼서 바타메주데 시 콜로고 이당하소나라 구두소 오마 사와다다가 아비케가 데 사마야 시리에 칼라주 매니저도 바데 모셔서 좀 해도 좀 봐봐라 봐요 그죠 예저 가로서나 구두소 오마 사와다다가다 아비케가 데 사마야 시리에那我到巴达达过去过的，对吧？去年那老过的说，我们稍微的大个的，阿比这个上马也写的也我这里这个对着那个这年吧，通知了，这个也是。阿罗是到那老追究我们稍微的大个的，阿比这个的上马也写的我。得到过了，从旁边的我，早上得到这个过去我们红我长吧。아가야 비주다나 예소 삼자 양반 하이 메제 되제 거니 메제 대베 다보나 다장도 제 그르고 쇼
You know, there's some white drawers on it.
뭐 자와 제베라 제제 되제 제제 다제제 마메사야 제제 또 포르토 셈베 제베 콜르 토마나이 쇼 이제 제베 다시 범바데 나zo 주데 간에 뭐 이래다 님못 뭐 chancho semje lenje lenpa sho dadang rola to je je nye je zu zho to yi ne chi chi chu pa ta ki de se chom den sho so so cho jo na ju be sang je dang chen cho sem pa dam le ta la ko zong so chi se nam je ta ne be sim je ka na mi de be ni ga de sa la ma je ye ba de ja wa na ni ga le mi de wa de ba sho so so chi la de ya ku zong de ye de sa ma chi na mi ta ni ye de be ka she ka其实都是这些对吧？都没把这些对吧？就是说，对吧？说那些他说是比较他们讲了，说到这么用过多嘛了，说我们说这点咱们在也说。就现在这边商业大学是吧？他们在打工作做，其实他们也特大你们自己可能没得没，你看那边上了嘛，这里边的台湾的，你看那边到他们都说，其他的工作都觉得挺难的，知道去那边到人家那边嘛去。这都是没对吧？都没把这些对吧？就是说对吧？现在到时候是没他们就来知道对吧？就我都嘛了吧？我们说这点的边在也说哈，就现在这边商业的就是把他们在打工作做，其实他们他在那边是不是可能没得没，你看都上了嘛，这边的台湾的，你看没到对吧？就是。 지라도 연구소도 지대한 데나라서 지도 메달은 지대 배마지 받도 지 수에 대바도 메바 세제 대바 수소 대바 수에 다섯 수에 담질 수다 대바 연구를 말았죠. 어머 소리가 되다 배자에서 시세메다 주단에 알으니까 가지 봐도 어선 요구 지든지 좀 되는 거 가지고 보고 가지 나줘서 최 대내 되게 되는 거예요. 어머 얘다 말 해도 봐야지 제가 같은 맞아 어머 얘다 말 맞아 말해서 어머 얘다 말 해도 봐야지 되다 내가 맞아 어머 얘다 말 해도 또 봐. 했던 대신 다다가도 해봐도 내가 저 뭐 마샤만에서 아이오 레레레레 예 아마서 가가가가 자자자냐 다다다다다다나 빠빠빠마 열어라고 샤게 소라 제스스면 로보라 나마리 제주게 타고도 따위면 고주 세대바도 템버라 쇼소 조조조가 나와 세계를 보다 지대수 지고 버데 마소만 봐 세계배만 남아게 되죠. 근데 지den지 배터지 담보어데 니가 되면 저라며 와주게 담아 지고 나나 시제 받는 지den지 배터지니 뭐 근데 맞추는데 배터지 좀 미달란다 하면 이 출에 소지 저랑 원사지 담바디가 되는 지den지 배터지니 뭐 근데 맞추는데 배터지 좀 미달란다 하면 이 출에 저기 저랑 뭐 저기 나빠지면 되네 집에 집에 다시 그래서 연락 추가서 이제 다시 좀 말아 되는 수 이제 다시 일하라봐서 이제 다시 일하라봐서 이제 견도 집에 다시 쇼 매단 조감이 그 이제는 심지어는 왔거든 삼바 제제도 다시 좀 파마 심지어도 이제 된다 되게 지금 그러다 이제 따도 동안에 지금 선발하는 수리가 되다 보니 말하는 게 심지어는 맞으니 뭐 유도 내가 편히 좀 해내는 말 다도 좋아하네 바라에 저 자주 섬저를 보지만 제가 이제 유식교환이 받는 거야 권해부도 펴가 주동이 다와를 보지만 제가 이제 교환이 받는 거야 권해부도 펴가 주 이게 다와를 보지만 제가 교환이 받는 거야 권해 공도 배와라에 쇼 오케이 땡큐 Yeah, so we start the session with settling our body and mind in the present moment. So do a few rounds of breathing meditation. Yeah, we start now. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, then feel the absolute presence of the three times of the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Gurus, even of these holy objects, uh, mm, not just material objects there, but try to see the Dharmakaya, the enlightened body, and manifesting into this the skillful means of different emanations to benefit us. And understand that all this benefit to the sentient being is out of their immeasurable compassion, immeasurable love to all the sentient beings, including ourselves. Just acknowledge that out there, limitless Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Gurus, unconditionally, without pause even for a moment, express their care, love, prayers, our well-being. Acknowledge that we are in a position that we were so loved, yeah, by so many Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Those limitless Buddhas, Bodhisattvas always, wishing us to be happy, positive, follow the virtuous path, and actualize enlightenment. Understand how amazing to know this is happening. Then wish that rest of the other sentient beings, like myself, able to know this fact. There are so many people in the world suffer because of it. They felt nobody loved them, nobody cared for them, nobody concerned their well-being. So many beings suffer just simply not knowing this fact that there are so many Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Forever, they care for us. There's so many people, they think that they have no good guidance, that nobody leading them to the right path. That's why they were in the wrong path. And that's simply because of we didn't realize, we didn't acknowledge, we didn't manage to see the existence of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas and their qualities, which is none other than simply, always loving us, loving everybody, always guiding to everybody. Yeah, so then just like how the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas carry the qualities of this immeasurable love and compassion, and always working for numberless sentient beings' well-being. This quality is really heart-touching, inspiring, is so beneficial. And yourself as a good human being, especially who now encounter Buddha's teaching. If not now, then when? Make a firm decision right now that I want to become just like them, just like the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and be the cause of numberless sentient beings' happiness. And I want to start that from right this very moment, at least dedicating my entire existence, especially this whole life, everything I do, every breath I take, from this very moment onward, dedicate for the benefit of numberless sentient beings, temporary happiness up to the ultimate happiness of enlightenment. For that purpose, then, I'm going to engage, today's our get-together here. To deepen our understanding in Buddha's teaching, in the practice of the Buddha Dharma, learn about how to bring about purifications of the limitations, and to accumulate all the good qualities that will lead to result in Buddhahood within ourselves. So keeping that in our heart, we will recite Medicine Buddha's, the main holy object here is a Medicine Buddha, and the 21 Tara, and the Chenrezig. So we recite Medicine Buddha mantra a few rounds. Also dedicate to heal the world from all the troubles, and to heal anybody who's going through physical health issues, mental health issues, environmental pollutions, and especially dedicate to the family members if in case anyone is going through health difficulties, and also to yourself if there's anything that you needed to heal, purified. Ayata Om Beganze, Beganze, Maha Beganze, Beganze, Ranza Samogade So. Tayata Om Beganze, Beganze, Maha Beganze, Beganze, Ranza Samogade So. Tayata Om Beganze, Beganze, Maha Beganze, Beganze, Ranza Samogade Soha. Tayata Om Beganze, Beganze, Maha Beganze, Beganze, Ranza Samogade Soha. Tayata Om Beganze, Beganze. Beganze, Beganze, Ranza Samo Gade Soha, Tayata Om Beganze, Beganze, Maha Beganze, Beganze, Ranza Samo Gade Soha, Tayata Om Beganze, Beganze,
Maha Beganze Beganze Ranza Samunga de Soha Tayata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Ranza Samunga de Soha Tayata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Ranza Samunga de Soha Tayata Om Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Ranza Samo Gade Soha Tayata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Ranza Samo Gade Soha Tayata Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Ranza Samo Gade Soha Tayada Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Ranza Samo Gade Soha Tayada Om Beganze Beganze Maha Beganze Beganze Ranza Samo Gade Soha Tara mantra. Om dare do re so ha. 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 Om dare do re so. 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 Om dare do re Om dare do re so. 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 Chapter 6 mantra. Om mani beme hum, om mani beme hum, om mani beme hum, om mani beme hum. 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 Om mani beme hum. Yeah, so I will recite Refuge and Bodhicitta prayer. Then after that, salutation to Guru Shakyamuni Buddha and all the lineage masters, and salutation to all the lineage gurus. Sangye Jodang Zoje Jonamala, Janjo Badu Dani Jazunje, Daji Jeje Jebe Sonam. Dola benje sanje drupara ejo sanje chedang soje chonama chanjo bado dani jazunje daji cheche jebe sonam dola benje sanje drupara ejo sanje chedang soje chonama la chanjo bado dani jazun daji cheche jebe sonam dola benje sanje drupara ejo. Kange doje ne zone dawa damje pambe chire dambe chune duen zebe godam de la cha se Tongi Ninja Zondo Jobe Lama Seji Senjo Kanche Tendu Gun Chana Bemo Tenzen Jason Sowa Debzo Da Ju Jinje Lo. Okay, thank you. So today we will go through the sadhana of Vajrasattva practice. So I think some of you may have the text. No?
I already said it in our groups.
Yeah, so, but it is quite straightforward, so not to worry. Later you can just, for your daily practice, if you like to use the sadhana text, then you can refer to that. So last night, as well as the on Friday, it's more about introduction, a brief introduction about purification practices and how purification works. What are the main, what are the key element of the practices, and often emphasize the importance of the three principal aspects of the path, the importance of renunciation, importance of bodhicitta, importance of emptiness. So these are the main tools that you also bring into deity yoga practices, like such as a Vajrasattva purification practices. So without the element of the three principal aspects of the path, even it is yoga related to the deity, won't able to bring that effective benefits. Then, of course, all the practices, whether it's a beginner level of practice or advanced level of practice, sutric practice, tantric practice, in order to become Dharma, then we need right motivation. Since the Vajrasattva practice is being Vajrayana, or the tantric practice, on the basis of firm foundations of the Bodhisattva practice, the firm foundation of bodhicitta. That also on the firm foundations of the common the teaching or the Dharma practice of the Buddha, which is the motivation has to be infused by renunciation, renouncing those limitations, understanding the disadvantage of those limitations, like karma. So karma, like on the Friday we discussed briefly. Even if it happened to be a virtuous karma, it is still not beneficial. If our purpose of practice is for liberation, genuine liberation and enlightenment. So just accumulating virtue is not good enough. We discuss about the virtue that which is lacking the element of genuine renunciation or bodhicitta or emptiness, then it is a contaminated, contaminated karma. It will still remain within the action or the potential that we will accumulate is contaminated one. Contaminated, we discuss about contaminated by delusion or the karmic potential that which is still become a cause of samsara, even though better than negative karma, better than neutral karma, but still, you experience the result as a samsara, not a liberation. And yesterday we talked about three kinds of suffering. The suffering of pain, suffering of change, and pervasive compounded suffering. And it is so difficult for our ordinary mind to make a differentiation from the true happiness from the happiness of the suffering of change. We have even difficulty to differentiate between these two, the suffering of change and true happiness. Most of the experience of suffering of change, we regard it as a true happiness. We aspire for them. And yesterday, emphasizing, quite elaborate level, why suffering of change is a suffering. Why sensual happiness is suffering. Why any perfection in samsara is not a true perfection. Not a true cessation out of suffering. It's still it's still miserable experiences. And the first moment may be pleasurable, but then this will lead to exhaustion of pleasurable, and that changes is not nice. That changes is inconvenient and unpleasant. And many of such changes, in fact, conclude with a great deal of pain, great deal of suffering, like such as good health. When we enjoy good health, we are actually enjoying not a true happiness of good health. We are actually enjoying just sensual or physical or temporal kind of goodness or pleasurable. When the good health goes away, it's called sickness. And the sickness is painful. Even long life, it looks wonderful to experience long life, compared to someone who passed away earlier. And if you realize you are still living, you feel good. You feel good about the long life. And we pursue for long life, and we work, we do anything to sustain our life. But that also, will exhaust. And the changes of exhaustions of the life force, which called death. And the death is not a pleasant experience. Even for our ordinary mind, ordinary knowledge, the death is not a pleasant thing. And spiritually, we understand from the understanding point of view of Dharma, the experience of death is more tragic than what we normally witness by our ordinary eyes and ordinary mind. Not just stopping the breath, not just losing the life. There are a lot of hallucinational disturbances by nature. It occur, the experience of death. So when there is no Dharma, it's very, very, very difficult to cope with those, those hallucinational disturbances. Even the dissolutions of the elements is not a pleasant thing. Even now, each and every one of us already experiencing dissolutions of the five elements. The moment we are born, the second moment onward, we are already experiencing the dissolution, but we never realize. Our normal language, we say hormone changes. Even teenage, which the age is understood is very kind of vibrant. but we can see how much trouble the teenage girls and boys go through because of the hormone changes. And those are is just simply experience of the destruction to the elements, like earth, water, fire, air, space. Then we reach to a certain point, we call menopause. I think men also got menopause. I think everybody, as long as we have a body, I think everyone go through menopause. So I hear like hot flashes, like all sort of disturbances, like getting, like how to say, skin get drier, etc. This, in fact, emphasized very clearly in the Buddhist teaching. It is just simply disintegrations of the elements. It's destructions of the element occurring to our physical aggregates. And then eventually, we have a problem of hearing, problem of taste, problem of hearing, problem of feeling, and including to the mental aggregates. Things start to easily to get forgets, and sometimes, like get confused, become zombie. So all these are actually a process of from birth approaching to death. We don't realize it, but it's not just last very moment, few moments or few months or few years before the approaching to death. The next moment onward we are born is already running towards the death. Why? Because the destructions or degenerations of the elements are already occurred. But then little kind of just before the destruction occur, we to the ordinary mind, to the ordinary experience, we feel good, like the period of youth age before approaching the old age is wonderful. And those are experience of suffering of change. Those little kind of like not knowing that we are in a crisis or distractions of our elements, and that little pause, that little moment, those experiences are understood as an experience of suffering of change. It's good. It's pleasurable. You see, so therefore, therefore, understanding this, then really there's nothing to attach. Understanding this fact, you have a solid reason to renounce. The solid reason to not to attach. So the heart of renunciation, it doesn't mean that we need to give up our body. It doesn't mean that we need to let go of life, let go of, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't experience those pleasurable things, those, those good things in life, but simply meaning that never to attach, never to hold on to it. Then the heart of not holding on to it, not grasping onto it as a permanent, that's something that we should always keep it. That's called renunciation. When you have the releasing of the bondage of grasping, towards that. That's called renunciation. So that is necessary. If we don't have a clear idea about that, then the Dharma practices won't become, a genuine one. So when we practice the Dharma has to become a path. The Dharma wisdom, Dharma learning has to become a path. Path means path that leads to liberation, which yesterday, we talk about it. First, we know the limitations. Then secondly, where the limitations coming from. Then thirdly, we pursue the antidote. Then that's how that we can enjoy the cessation. It's very much this is talking about the Four Noble Truth. That is in every aspect of it, teaching and practices, there is a practice and there's understanding in relation to Four Noble Truth. So like Buddha, the first thing, Buddha taught is suffering is to be known, it is causes to be purified, cessation's freedom to be achieved, and the path to be adopted, path to be practiced, so so that has to apply even in relation to purification practices. So we need to know what to be purified. Without that, we will not know what we are purifying. We just say, I want to purify karma, and we may be stuck with purifying just the suffering of pain, but maybe not the suffering of change, or not the pervasive compounded suffering. And at the end of the day, then we thought we are purifying, but we didn't manage to purify the samsara. We just purify those some minor symptom of samsara, but not really the wholeness of samsara. So that's the reason that why we need to have a very clear idea of these three kind of sufferings and where this coming from. Especially in the teachings of Four Noble Truth, the first one is suffering is to be understood, suffering is to be known. Buddha actually referring to the third level of suffering. He's not even talking about the first and second, which is easy to understand. But the third level of suffering is not easy to understand. So how to understand the third level of suffering? Yeah. So how to understand the third level of suffering? The third level of suffering, or the samsara, only able to understanding the karma and the delusion. You see, that's the only way to understand the meaning of the third level of suffering. What Buddha says, suffering is to be understood. Yeah. So even the language that we use, samsara, is referring to the third level of suffering. So just understanding the painful experiences, we won't able to manage to understand the third level of suffering. Just understanding the suffering of change, we just mentioned before, won't able to understand the third level of suffering, or the samsara. To understand samsara, we have to understand how karma works. We have to understand all the different characteristics of the delusions. We have to understand ignorant. Without that, we won't able to understand samsara. If we don't understand the detailed meaning of what anger, which we briefly discussed on the first day, about attachment, about ego, we won't able to understand the third level of suffering, the samsara. You see, so by now I think we can assume that we did manage to understand what samsara is, because we did discuss, and we can continue to learn, make sense to those of the limitations of the different delusions, and the karma, just the language, just the word is easy to know, karma, which is very familiar to everybody. But what it really is, the karma, is not easy to really to apprehend. Mm. And and sometimes, when we just mention this language of karma, it's simply talking about action, which is everybody knows, you see. And also we categorize karma, virtuous karma, non-virtuous karma, and we thought this is good enough to know. No, we did discuss about virtuous karma also. There's a virtue which can become a path leading to liberation, and just being virtue is not necessary. Including experience of suffering or change are a result of virtuous karma. All the good things that we experience in our life is a result of virtuous karma. But still, we experience those goodness in samsara, not in Pure Land. You see, and there comes just being virtuous, just doing virtuous action is not good enough. We need to engage in virtuous action that can qualify to be a path that leading to liberation. And that again, how to do about? Just simply the motivation is the one that it defines. The renunciation is the one that which will make differences, which will define like that, you see. So yeah, so then if I go through the sadhana of the Vajrasattva practice, so in relation to so why Vajrasattva purification is so essential and so urgent to practice and so important, because there's no one moment that we don't create karma. And in relation to karma, there are four fundamental facts. The first one is the karma is certain to bring its result. As a negative karma is certain to bring the result of suffering. So once actions is expressed through our body, speech, and mind, and without the right motivation to the action, then even its virtues, as already mentioned, it will bring a suffering result. It still will bring samsaric experiences. So when we talk about negative karma, in relation to the comparison between the karma or the action that leads liberation and the action or the karma that brings samsara, then this negative karma is referring to anything that will result samsaric experiences, whether it's suffering of pain, suffering of change, or pervasive compounded suffering, or just having this contaminated aggregates, the body, the mind, the environment, which is byproduct of past delusions and action that perform under the influence of ignorance. And all this karma is certain to bring its result as a suffering. So therefore, as soon as possible, that we need to purify them. Now the second, we need to purify them. Now the second the fundamental about the karma multiplies. Mm. So it multiplied exponentially. Mm. No need any reasons, no need any efforts. The moment the action through our body, speech, and mind is created, the potential continue to grow. You know, an example: if we happen to kill one ant, now, if we don't purify, that karmic action, then within 15 days, the power of the karma become as equal as if we kill one human being. So, and the greater the karmic power grows, even the initial creation of the karma is very minor, very simple one. It's not a big. It can be just you may not even realize that it is causing any inconvenience to others, but it is infused by negative emotion, like ignore it. The greatest karma will result hell, the suffering, the greatest suffering, which is in the hell experiences. Then slightly lighter than that, preta realm. And slightly lighter than that, animal realm. And slightly lighter than that, human and demigod and God. Then when it comes to the suffering experiences, when we talk about hell, hungry ghosts, animal, there are two ways to experience. One is geographical way, that really there is a place that environment is a hell environment, hungry ghost environment, animal environment. And the second one is you can experience within that realm, within human realm. We as a human being, we can experience the suffering of hell. We can experience the suffering of preta. We can experience the suffering of animal. And sometimes we do see that. We witness that. And sometimes we even claim, I'm going through like hell-like problems. And there are human beings that experience, really exactly similar, like the pretas, the suffering that experience in the preta realm, like such as the hungry ghosts, who is in a great hunger, great thirst, and their stomach is like, really, really like a giant. But then the tube that they can swallow is like a pin needle. Some, they don't even able to swallow anything. That kind of suffering, we witness human being has to go through that kind of suffering also. So therefore, we cannot say, I don't believe rebirth. So therefore, whatever bad thing I do doesn't matter. Because hell is something that need to experience next life, because this life I have a human life. So therefore, I don't believe rebirths. I don't believe in hell. So therefore, I can do all the misdeeds. But the reality is, in human life itself, you can experience the hell. By human body and human mind can experience the suffering of hell, suffering of hungry ghosts, suffering of animals. So it's not because of you believe in, Buddhist teaching or not. It's a natural law. So therefore, if karma multiplied, naturally, every single moment, then that gives us the reason to purify as soon as possible. There comes the Vajrasattva purification practice is, utmost urgent to practice. The purification is almost urgent to practice. Mm. And also, in our life, small or bigger way, certain things comes in our way. We never remember that we did any kind of creation of such causes to experience such experiences, and we ask why I have to go through this, and if we learn about karma, then karma is the answer. We have created the action before. The actions are never, the results are not simultaneous. Action and results are experienced in two different times. The action has to be performed before, and the result has to be experienced after that. And that before can be 1 year before, one moment before, one life before, countless life before. And the result can be experienced immediate next moment, can be experienced 1 year later, one lifetime later, limitless lifetime later. So when we study about the 12 link of interdependently existence, we call the wheel of life. This wheel of life is the place we experience the three kind of suffering: suffering of pain, suffering of change, and pervasive compounded, the samsara. And this link, the 12 link of interdependent existence, it can be complete within one lifetime. It can be complete within 2 lifetimes. It can be complete within eons of life. One link of the wheel of the 12 samsaric experience from the cause to the result can be interrupted even 100 countless eons of time and life. If we have created a certain karma to experience human kind of experience, there in between can be interrupted, and that human kind of experience can experience after taking 100 lifetimes rebirth in animal realm, God realm, hell realm. Then only after that come back to human realm, then to experience that, And each moment that pause for us to experience the result, the karmic potential, the power keep increasing. So therefore, when we have the opportunity, when we have the knowledge and the practice, then the wisest one is, to purify without delay even a moment. So there's one of the example, the great Indian Pandita called Atisha Dipankara, who is the source of the Tibetan Buddhism that we have today. The master from 10th, 11th century. So he carried one stupa which symbolized his guru. He carried his left side, he carried one small stupa. So whenever he realized that transgrade of any of his precepts, whether it's to do with the refuge precepts or the monastic precepts, Buddhist precepts, tantric precepts, or even he realized that he just accidentally squashed, to step onto the end. Right there, he will put the stupa in front of him and do the prostration, and he confess, and he tried to apply the whether you can call as a Vajrasattva practice or the four opponent powers of practice that we're going to discuss later. Simply, meaning is you acknowledge the mistake as a mistake. You acknowledge the harmful action that you have just committed as a harmful. Transgression is a transgression. Not abiding in promise is not abiding in promise. Just accepting it, and especially it's thing to do with 10 non-virtues, like causing life of others. Uh, mm, and like to do with like stealing. Then like sexual misconducts, intoxications, anything that, any thoughts, any speech, any physical action that expresses by angry mind, anger, any action that expresses by attachment, grasping, or ego, jealousy, everything is harmful. And those actions is called the negative actions. Its consequences is suffering. The moment you knew anything that happened right there, and you purify through Vajrasattva practice of opponent power. What means opponent power? The first one is simply acknowledging it, mistake as a mistake, wrong as wrong. And the second opponent power is power reliance, means taking someone as a judge. Could be your wisdom, could be your Buddha potential, or could be the object of refuge, Buddha Dhamma Sangha, or any of the deities that to whom that you regard as your refuge, your veneration. Could be Tara, could be Chenrezig. Just remember they're present. Could be your guru, could be your parent, or could be somebody that who is your virtue inspirational figure, who always kind of like stop you doing wrong thing. Or could be a place, or could be a mantra, could be anything, don't have to be Buddha. That's called the power reliance. So feel the presence of that, the power reliance as a judge, that I'm really serious, that I knew this is wrong, and I want to I want to purify, I want to get rid of from my system. So that's the second opponent power. Now the third one is then, like, you want to say sorry, which is called the antidote, the power of antidote. So in a normal language, expressions of sorry, just say sorry. If it's about some people that you have hurt, then say sorry. If something to do with you, forgive, move on. Or the expressions of applications of the antidote, like kind of saying sorry, recite Om Mani Padme Hum, or recite Vajrasattva mantra, Om Vajrasattva Hum. Or even just simply remembering, the earlier, the power reliance, you can reinforce that it's like the Tara is really absolutely there guiding me, and I should follow her. And just take the value of Tara within you, or generating compassion. Even that serve as a power antidote. Then the fourth opponent power reframing from now on to repeat the action again. So that's very important. In the Buddhist teaching, it talks about that you need to have a time frame for that. It's something that you really can avoid. Then you say, even course of my life, rest of my life, I will not commit such action again. But like just simply because we walk everywhere, and sometimes we really, without knowing, the ant could be, really step onto. Then if that's the case, then until you get out from your meditation cushion, until then, even course of my life, that I will not, even unintentionally also, I will abstain from causing life of ants, like that, until next morning, that even course of my life, that I will not lie, I will not steal, I will not engage in all those intoxications, etc., etc. So he says, to complete the fourth opponent power, you need to have a time frame. So now, from this point of view, to purify actually quite easy, right? In fact, it's not a difficult thing. And maybe the main difficulty thing is for us to remember to detect the negative actions. And the second one is to detect or to accept negative as a negative. Most of the time we just say, oh, this is a very small thing, I didn't kill a human being, why I need to freak it out? Why I need to be so urgent to purify? It's just an ant. So a bit of neglection, the not having the seriousness. And where this is coming from is because of not understanding how karma works. When we knew this four fundamental about karma, is karma going to increase? Yes, it is. Right now, it's just causing the life of ant, and not even intentionally. It's accidentally. But if I don't purify it, 15 days time, I will create a crime similar like killing one human being, karmically. The local police will not chase after you, but the Lord of Death, the karmic debtors will chase after you. You see, and they will definitely going to catch, and definitely going to experience the result. So remembering this, like the first one is like, once you create the action, result is definite. But how to make indefinite after you create the karma? If you purify them, now you don't need to experience. But if you don't purify, then it is definite. It won't simply kind of wipe away, or simply kind of like the moment you forget it and it already like gone away from your system. Karma doesn't go away like that. You see. Now the second one is like karma will increase. So knowing this, then okay, as long as it's anything to do with negative karma, I will make sure I will not commit it. So contrast to this, even the positive karma, meritorious karma, also carry the same impact. Once even how tiniest meritorious or good deeds you perform, the result is definitely there. And that too, every single moment it increases. So we cannot undermine like, oh, this is just small virtue. No, I shouldn't, if I should wait for a big virtue, big Dhamma practice. No, even this, how small it is, by 15 days, it becomes so great. By every moment, it increases, it is power, it is benefit. Like sometimes we say generating compassion. I'm an angry person, Yeah, even now I feel like generating compassion. I better not. What will make difference, No, it makes difference. Even though if someone is always angry, upset, impure, but then if you remember to generate even one moment of compassion, one moment of bodhicitta, this bodhicitta will grow until every living being achieve enlightenment. Can you imagine that much power? And one moment of bodhicitta cannot, underestimate its power. Even that one moment of bodhicitta, you manage to communicate with entire limitless sentient beings. The bodhicitta is like kind of communication tool that it just reach out to entire numberless sentient beings. Right now, the Buddha's heart, Buddha's value reach out to limitless sentient beings, including us, whether we know or not know, whether we accept or not. That's why I call the omniscient, all-pervasive, immeasurable, immeasurable in times, immeasurable of number of beings, their quality reach out to limitless sentient beings in all the time. And we too have this potential. If we express bodhicitta, great compassion concerning the well-being of numberless sentient beings, right there we manage to reach out to all sentient beings. Especially limitless sentient beings, in fact, will know that you are caring for them. You're expressing love for them. You're expressing compassion for them. You see, human being may not understand, may not know. Because human mind, human intelligence, in certain intelligence is lesser than animals. Like a vulture. Like a vulture is animal, but vulture can see beyond the mountain. Human beings have no capability to see beyond the mountain. Spirits, many of these spirits are not human realm. Mostly it's preta, hungry ghosts or intermediate state beings. And the spirit, one of the quality is know almost, know others' mind. They are limitless spirits, know what we are thinking. The moment we think something, they know. So the moment you generate great love, wishing all sentient beings to be happy, and I want to do something to cause that. Limitless spirits, they know that you love them. Limitless spirits. And the number of spirits is limitless time more than the number of human beings. Human being is around 8 billion. The spirits is limitless, not even 100 million over trillions, much, uncountable. Majority of the sentient beings are actually spirit realm. And we always talk about limitless sentient beings, right? Majority is spirit realm. So they directly know your mind, what you're thinking. So you express love, they feel loved. Can you imagine? This is what it meant. The moment you generate it, like you manage to reach directly. Can you imagine now we put ourselves in the position you knew that someone loved you. You don't even know them. But they're genuinely like wishing that you to be happy. And they're trying their very best to kind of like find a way to, condition for you to be happy. And you suddenly you knew that you were reported that, well, you feel like, wow, so loved, like so thankful, so amazing, as I mentioned before, how many people suffer, they think nobody loved them. There's so many people suffer in this human world that nobody loved them. You see, the moment you generate bodhicitta, generate great love concerning well-being of all sentient beings, these limitless spirits who are actually more vulnerable than we human beings, they receive care from us. Not just we say, they know. Can you imagine how much happiness, protection, comfort will bring to them, right? So these are the power. So you see, this is called action. This is called meritorious karma. And the moment you generate once, it's like it multiplies. It multiplies until that we become more and more effective of such virtues, impact the others. That's why, you can see among people, some people are so altruistic, so genuine. We feel so good about them. We feel the energies are so powerful. And we can be that position. And where it's coming from? Again, coming out of our action, meritorious action. So not only negative action is so powerful in all these ways, every positive action, even just in the thought only, we are not even saying that you need to go into war zone and try to relieve help, No. If you're able to do so, but just thinking only alone already create a meritorious karma. And the result is definitely is there. And the power just keep increase, you see. So so if we appreciate love, then we just, at least in thought, keep expressing love. In the understanding of that, even though no human being appreciate your love, but there are limitless sentient being appreciate your love, appreciate your compassion, appreciate your generous heart, appreciate your moral values. I always talk about like this. If we abstain from killing, killing any living being, entire living being's life becomes safer. Entire world becomes safer just because of you, one person, abstain from violence. Even though you're one individual, you're not directly engaging with limitless people, limitless sentient beings, but it counts. The impact is so great that entire sentient being's life becomes safer. Can you imagine? If we abstain from lying, entire sentient being's life becomes safer from cheating. You see? So positive karma has also that much power, you see. Then if the karma is eradicated, it cannot bring it is suffering result. If you purify, one good quality about negative karma is it can be purified. All our wrongdoings has no benefit, but there's one benefit which can be purified. It is future harms, is future potentials of bringing harms. You see, so even there's a heinous crime that committed in the past, through opponent power, if you purify, can be purified. Buddha have no reason to kind of lie to us. When Buddha make a statement that there's not even one single karma that cannot be purified. Applications of four opponent power. So sometimes, four opponent power, we take it like so serious. Oh, need to be a spiritual practitioner. No, as I mentioned before, it's just acknowledge a mistake as a mistake. Express express regret about wrongdoings. Then just apply the antidote. Then try your very best to abstain from committing again. That's that much simple. So this Atisha, like when he was traveling in Tibet, it's a certain journey. He have no choice. He have to ride on the horse. But then time to time he realized that, he sees that there's some inconvenience have kind of caused. Maybe because of his riding on the horse is with him because of he need to travel, and the horse must have a squash, maybe ants. The moment he saw, he get down from the horse and put the stupa, and he do the four opinion power and confess there. So that much, So even the great Atisha, like a bodhisattva like him, they may be not much to purify, but so serious about it. Then when it comes to us, has to be even more serious, that kind of thing. Yeah. So similar goes to virtuous karma. Virtuous karma also can be eradicated. And what are the causes that will eradicate negative emotions, especially anger? He say anger is most destructive to destroy all the merits. It's so in the Shantideva's work in Bodhisattva Charya, so one moment of anger will destroy eons of accumulations of merits. And the merits are causes for our happiness, our success. You see? So sometimes, when look into our present time, our life is quite busy with many responsibilities. And not just physically busy, verbally busy, but mentally also, it's so busy because we need to keep up with all the things that we need to do. From all the three doors, there's not much time for us to accumulate merit, for us to to accumulate some concentrated practice of the Dharma or merits. But at the same time, what we want is only happiness. Even why we are so busy with all these responsibilities, to gather resources for happiness, right? Is there anybody like so busy working to gather more problem? No, right? And people, normal people, like so busy to go to work to earn money, is to gather more problem or to gather some resources for happier life. Why people work so hard? Why people work so hard? Why people work so hard?
The system.
So disciplined and very much majority of every day, we spend time to go to office, to do work, to earn money, right? For what? To get more suffering? To get more problem? No, it's hoping that this will bring happiness, right? Hoping that this will support the betterment of our life. That's what we do. But what really brings happiness actually is merit, the virtuous merit, and that's quite obvious. I think many of you must be very successful in money, job, but did it brought lasting happiness? I don't think so. If that brought lasting happiness, you will never look for Dharma. You will not be a friend with Tara. You will not be a friend with Chenrezig. For us, it's quite sure why we want to, even though Dharma lectures are quite boring, and especially people like me talking, it can be very boring. But still, you don't give up, because you're looking for some sustainable kind of resources that will bring sustainable happiness, true happiness, whether you label as enlightenment, liberation, whatever it is, and out there, everybody, whether who meet Dharma or not, everybody in the same purpose, whatever they do, right? But at the end of the day, the merit is the one. I think academic education also not necessarily will fulfill our meaning of life. Even Dharma practice, if we don't know how to practice Dharma correctly, that also, will turn into a holy Dharma, and that also won't able to fulfill our purpose of life. So we need to create a real meritorious karma, or which we normally label as a merit, which is accumulated out of engaging in Dharma or virtues. So now my point here is that, we literally have limited time to create virtues, create Dharma merits. And our one innate wish is only to be happy, never want to suffer. Then another fact is that it's quite obvious that we have a lot of merit also. Looking at the present moment, especially like when we have the opportunity to, from the Dharma point of view, when we have opportunity to even hear a name of bodhicitta, name of emptiness, name of Buddha, is already regarded, we have so much merit. And someone like kind of naturally aspiring for, like want to solve the problem of the world, want to liberate all sentient beings, means having the heart of, liking the heart of compassion, great love, is the result of you have so much merit. And that is the proof that in our past lifetime we have already accumulated so much merit. So now the point is we need to be clever enough, wise enough, even though we cannot accumulate much merit now because we have so much responsibilities, that which is actually a bit out of the Dharma. That one thing we have to make sure that we don't destroy all the merit we have accumulated before. And what destroys in the greatest way of all the merit is anger. One moment of anger will destroy eons of accumulations of merit. So now you see merit being the only cause for happiness, true goodness that we aspire for. Then another fact is we don't have much time now, today, in this life to create like 100% full time, just to create virtues or just to create Dharma. No, because we are too busy. Otherwise, we won't get food, we won't get shelter. We will not have money to, fuel the car. We'll be homeless. We cannot be homeless. So that's why we need to work. So nothing wrong with working. Continue to work. But one thing, make sure, don't destroy the bank balance that you already have of merit. There are so many scammers out there. I think Australia is one of the, I heard, biggest victim, right, of a scammer. Especially, I think many people, who save so much money in the bank, and especially, I think those are quite new to digital world. Then from somewhere from outside world, I don't know, the scammers like wipe away maybe millions just with one phone call, just one click. We too have, danger of so many scammers for our merits. But we have a big bank balance of merits, which is already said, proven, here, that just you have this natural liking of great love, bodhicitta, Dharma, that's already a proof. Even how humble you try to be, some people, some very rich one, even how humble, how torn shoes they wear, but they're very, very rich. So even though how humble you try to be there, I have not much merit. No, you have so much merit. You are much more in number than Elon Musk. You have limitless of merit bank balance. Elon Musk, he still can number, how many trillion or billion, whatever you want to say, right? We have much more than that. We have much more. No, I don't say he don't have. He may have. I don't know. But we have a great resources for our happiness, our enlightenment. But we have to be clever enough to not to destroy them. If we have so much time, full time to accumulate concentrated good meritorious Dharma, then okay, we can waste also. We can waste whatever past accumulation because I have so much time to accumulate new one, right? But we are not in that position. So that's why mindfulness, one of big deal of practice in Buddhism, mindfulness. Mindfulness simply not to commit negative karma. If commit, purify right there. Don't delay, and especially be mindful of never to get angry. You see, even in a how to say, in a very easy kind of way to understand how harmful the anger is. The moment you get angry, you are the one who get hurt first person. I always give example like a holding a burning charcoal, wanting to throw to the enemy. Whether you manage to throw the burning charcoal to the enemy or not, first thing. Second thing is whether the burning charcoal reach to the enemy or not. Even it reach, whether will burn your enemy or not, not sure. But one person will definitely get burned is yourself, right? Because you need to hold the burning charcoal in your hand, And most of the time, I mean, if you hold with a glove, it's okay. But when you get angry, you always forget to wear a glove. So you hold with a bare hand, so it's 100% going to be burned, you see. So getting angry is like that. It will right away destroy your peace of mind. And the worst part is destroy the merits. And it will just pollute your body system, mental system, and you will pollute the environment where you are. When someone is angry, it will just like mess up everybody around you. They will feel so inconvenient, uncomfortable, especially if you're living with a family, your partner, your children, your parents, your friends. The moment you start to get angry, even just like you already start to, like I think on the first day we talk about the subtle level of anger, like the impatientness in our heart, already make it impatient everybody around you, you see. So yes, yeah. So yeah, that is something I think we all like have to remind and take away. Something to take away, If we remember this, only this, I think already we can secure a lot of good causes for our happiness, our success, even including enlightenment. Because we definitely do have so much of goodness in our heart, So then day-to-day practice is just do our best. It's the best, no force. It's no kind of like a timeline. Or like kind of like, like need to do it this much. No, everybody do their best, you see. Oh, then the fourth one, once created, it never simply disappear. So now here, when you talk about karma, there are two types. One is called the definite karma and indefinite karma. So what do it mean? Indefinite karma, meaning the karmic potentials are not completed with conditions, are called indefinite karma. So meaning when you apply the purification, like forbidden power, from the root, you can completely from the root, you can clear. Now, since Buddha already, said that there's no karma that cannot be purified, then how about the definite karma? What do you mean by definite karma? Definite karma means definitely have to experience the result. In whatever way also. Even you do purification also definitely have to experience it. Then it sounds like contradicting. Just say that every karma can be purified. But here now you say definite need to experience. So now here it doesn't contradict. Purification still happened and the experience also need to experience. But purification's benefit is reduce the intensity of the consequences. Let's say we created you have the karma to experience the suffering in the hell realm for one countless eons of life. After you purify, you still need to born in the hell realm, but it's like kind of just one moment. That's nice. Very nice. That's very, very nice. Yeah. So purification is so good. So nice. So we have to make friend with purification now or not. So you see, so it's like countless eons of life of suffering. The time was reduced to just one moment. And if it can be also experienced, if the definite karma is to experience the suffering of hell realm, but not necessarily. Earlier I talked about two ways to experience. One is geographical way, another one is even in the human realm we can experience. So that hell suffering can be experienced by one severe migraine, and that maybe 1 hour or even 1 minute of severe stomach pain or migraine or whatever. That much you have to experience it, but reduce the intensity of the pain and reduce the time. So this is what happened with the definite karmas when we apply the four opinion power. So never simply disappear, never simply disappear, both to the positive karma and negative karma. For positive karma, never simply disappear. If don't occur any kind of like negative emotion like anger, then it will just remain there always, and it will continue to increase like that. The negative karma, if you apply an antidote, it can purify. Otherwise it will be there like that. So these are called the four fundamentals about the karma. So in accordance with the sadhana, the purification practice, you can should start with the refreshing the refuge. If you have a refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, then you refresh them, you retake them. If in case you don't have a refuge in Buddha Dhamma Sangha, then as I mentioned earlier, you just simply recall that someone is, your inspiration for Dharma, inspiration for virtues, inspiration for compassion, like there are so many inspirations, like Mother Teresa, please. Yeah. Like Mother Teresa, inspirations of compassion. Oh yeah, actually it's 12 o'clock. We're supposed to stop also, right? Okay. So then, yeah, like that. So refuge and bodhicitta. Then generate beneficial motivation. So the best motivation is, generate bodhicitta motivation, and simply dedicate your purification for the benefit of numberless sentient beings, temporary benefit and ultimate benefit, enlightenment, like that. So in the text it says, I go for refuge until I am enlightened to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Supreme Assembly. By my practice of giving and other perfection, may I become a Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. So I go for refuge, object, Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Refuge simply meaning go under the protection, a complete reliance to the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Buddha like Shakyamuni Buddha, like Tara, like Chenrezig, like Medicine Buddha. Dharma is their wisdom. The Sangha is as a person that who abide in those principles, those precepts. So you go to refuge, or you follow the guidance of the Buddha Dharma, not just for today, not just up to tomorrow, until that you achieve enlightenment. So enlightenment is simply meaning the state of perfection in all the qualities, and state that where you're completely free from all the limitations of karma, limitations of delusion, limitations of obscurations to omniscience. Then by my practice of giving and other perfection. So this is talking about 6 perfections. Practice of generosity, practice of morality, practice of joyous effort, practice of patience, practice of concentration, practice of wisdom. By my practice of giving and other perfections, you create what you create. You create a lot of merits of methods, and merits of wisdom. Merits of method. By cultivating love, compassion, bodhicitta, you create merit of methods. How to accomplish merit of method, or how to express love and compassion. What will make you feel meaning in expressing love and compassion? Understanding the relative truth from the true truth. Understand the relative truth means understanding the relative world about yourself, about others. When you learn about relative world about yourself, you will realize that you are as a samsaric person now. Means you are not having freedom. Even though we are in a freedom country, no. We are under the control of others' power, means power of karma, power of delusion. There's so many things that we do not want to experience, but comes in our way, right? That proven that we have no freedom. We are controlled by karma. We always want to be happy, but we are not always happy. We never want to get angry, but we get angry. Means we are under the control of delusion. So, understanding that means understanding your relative truth. We never want to get aged, but we are aging. That is the understanding of relative truth. Loved one, we never want them to die, but some of them, they died. That's relative truth. That how much that loss brings suffering to us. And understanding we too one day will die. This is understanding of relative truth. This is understanding about our own samsara. And also understanding about the relative truth about liberation and enlightenment. Like where the Tara abiding, where the Chenrezig medicine Buddha abiding, in the pure realms. There are such pure realms out there. We can too achieve them. Because we can become Tara, we can become medicine Buddha eventually, right? So understanding of those truths about the fact of existence of liberations, pure lands, Buddha's body, and also understanding of the relative about the 6 realms of samsara existence, how it came about, is learning about relative truth. That will make sure that you will see the meaning of having compassion, having love, having bodhicitta, etc. That's the way that you develop merit or method. When the merit or method is accomplished, what is the final result? You will achieve Buddha's form body. Buddha's physical body. You see, even the medicine Buddha, Taras are the Buddha's physical body that which abide in the Pure Land. We will achieve them like that, which we call the Sambhogakaya aspect of Buddha's body. And we will also have the Nirmanakaya aspect of body because of result of that. Like Shakyamuni Buddha's body is called the Nirmanakaya aspect of body. Guru Pema Sambhava's body, Lama Tsongkhapa's body, like our precious Guru's bodies are understood as a Nirmanakaya body. We can achieve that. Result of what? Merit of method. How you accumulate merit of method? By cultivating bodhicitta, love, compassion, generosity from the 6 paramita, accumulating the earlier 5 paramita. You observe morality, you practice generosity, you practice concentration, you practice patience. All this will create the merit to achieve Buddha's form body. How to get to there is understanding the relative truth. Now, merit of wisdom. In order to achieve merit of wisdom, you need to understand the ultimate truth. You need to understand the emptiness, the selflessness of yourself, selflessness of others, selflessness of the world. And that will make sure that you achieve the wisdom of emptiness. By achieving wisdom or emptiness, eventually the result is wisdom body of the Buddha. We call it Dharmakaya body, which is the basis where all entire existence express. Okay, so this is talking about that. By my practice of giving and other perfection, may I become Buddha to benefit all sentient beings. All sentient beings, yourself and rest of the numberless sentient beings. Okay, okay. Then here, Lama Zopa Rinpoche have added this, generating bodhicitta, saying that, but I am not practicing this Vajrasattva purification for myself alone. The purpose of my life is to release all hell beings, pretas, animals, humans, asuras, suras, and intermediate state beings from all their sufferings and its causes and lead them to unsurpassed enlightenment. In order to do this, I must first reach enlightenment myself. Therefore, I must purify all my negative karma immediately by practicing the Vajrasattva meditation and recitation. So we stop here for lunch, and then we will continue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Take care. Okay, see you online. 1:30.